But it is just huge to make sure that you are really, really, really evaluating deals together so that you can both come to make sure that you are seeing the same numbers correctly. Good morning, Adventurous family. Thanks for joining us today on the Adventures of a Real Estate Investor YouTube channel. So today I am in Santorini and I'm super, super excited. I'm going to give you this great, just like sunrise shot of everything. As you can see in the background, the famous blue domes, right? Fun fact, those are all churches, but I'm going to show you another one. Stay tuned. Isn't it beautiful? So I want to talk to you about today is how to get your spouse or your partner or whomever that loved one is in your life, get like on point with passive investing, right? How do you get them to the place where they no longer fear it? They want to be a part of this journey with you. So there's three main things I want to talk about. So the first one, which is pretty huge, is to figure out your goals together. Right? So Michael and I, at the very beginning, we determined what our why was, like what our big burning why for one another was, right? Because then you go into investing with a much more open mind because you all are doing this together. When you have two completely separate goals with what you want with passive investing or even with your life, it's really hard to come together to make these big financial decisions. So again, figure out your why as one. And I promise it'll be much easier then to go to step two, which is educating yourself together, right? So whether that is if one person learns from YouTube videos better, if one person learns from podcasts better or reading, as long as you guys are like consuming the same type of education, but in different ways, that's totally okay because then you can come together and ask questions about it together and talk about it with each other and really learn about it with one another, right? So that if you don't understand something, but your partner does really, really well, they can explain it to you in a way that really makes sense. Or if you want to dive deeper into something and it's not something that somebody else has thought of, you're bringing like this whole new life, this whole new, venture of creativity into the mix. And that's super, super great. And we also offer plenty of resources, but some big ones are like, why multifamily, right? Why syndications? And what is a syndication? Being an active or a passive investor, that's huge because once you figure out which route you want to go, you really can dive in deeper, like different asset classes for multifamily. And that's why that's super important for risk and for what you want and what your partner wants, right? Because that's really what it boils down to as well, risk. Like how big of a leap does someone want to take in your relationship? Or just in your community, and how big does the other person not want to? The third one and the final one, which is really, really, really big, is you need to evaluate deals together. So when you are evaluating deals together, like when one person likes to take more riskier investments, like it's really good to balance one another and be like, hey, well, I know you really like this investment, but it's a little too risky for me because of this reason, right? Where that might have not been a reason somebody looked at before. So really start to evaluate deals. But how do you find these deals, right? Like if you ever need sample deals, you can reach out to Michael and I. We'd be happy to offer them. If they're in an asset class that Michael and I don't invest in, we'd be happy to make introductions. But really, all you need to start doing too, like get on bigger pockets, right? Start to see other syndicators or real estate investors out there in the asset class that you would like. Get on Facebook. There are so many groups where you can go and ask questions about underwriting or learn more about a different asset class. But it is just huge to make sure that you are really, really, really evaluating deals together so that you can both come to make sure that you are seeing the same numbers correctly. So if you like this video, please smash that like button there and don't miss out that content. So make sure you ring that bell so that you can receive those notifications when we submit new videos. So until next time, explore more. Adventure awaits. Woo!